Vanguard 2023 has been an absolute blast, and honestly it was such a great time. I do have quite a few videos that I've recorded, but today I managed to get a hold of a couple boxes of the very hard to get Festival Booster rather 2023. But before we open a box, or two boxes rather, I just want to show you some of the cool cards that were distributed throughout Vanguard. I showed these in a short already, but you have like the Vanguard Quick Shield. This is super nice, and of course the beautiful Vanguard Dragon Tree marker. So I made a little short showing off these a bit earlier. Some of you probably have seen it, and there's a bunch of other stuff. So there's like a Kidani cup where you basically you have a whole Kidani ride line. You can see this. He has Stand Up Vanguard, Takaki Kidani, and then this is the Shacho, what is it? It was the Shain Boosto Kidani. So this is like boost the employees Kidani. Then this is the Saizensen ni Intercepto Kidani. So this is like the intercept the front lines, or like the spearheads, so like the leaders of the market, I guess. And then finally the Twin Drive. Oh, Twin Drive the Genkai Toppa Kidani. It's like to break through the limits with Twin Drive Kidani. So you can get a whole Kidani ride line, and there's also like Vice promos as well. So the 15th anniversary Vice one, sadly not foil. Chikawa promo for Vice Schwartz. Blau has a different backing, and then this Rebirth card that's also foil. This is also Rebirth, I think. Very pretty. This is from Blue Archive, I think it's called. And then these little tokens for Shadowverse Evolve 2 with Mimi and Coco. So lots of really cool stuff at Vanguard. But one thing that honestly was both cool and not so cool is this booster specifically. We have some problems to talk about. So they, of course, you know, Festival Booster comes out every single Vanguard, or Festival Collection, or Fighters Collection. There's been so many over the years. But this time around, just like every year, they said you can use this on day 2. So you can buy it on day 1 and day 2, and then in the tournament on day 2, you can use the cards within. But usually the cards aren't necessarily that crazy good in most years, so it's not that much of a big deal. However, this year, there was a lot of good cards, such as these over triggers, as well as a lot of other things. There's not much pictured on the sides, but there's a lot of really good cards, a lot of good reprints. Everything is in foil except for like some common triggers. And the printing rate is actually pretty good too. You get like 4 reprints per box or so, I've heard, and then like one box contains either one of the over triggers or one of the Regulus pieces. So overall, you'd be thinking like, yeah, the printing rate is pretty good. It's overall like a pretty nice product. But the only issue is that they did not prepare enough stock. And so before the event, they said that each person can buy up to 5 boxes. And then in the morning, literally when day 1 had started, they said they changed it to 3. And then immediately people felt that probably means they don't have enough stock for everyone. And so the event opened up, like we had to check in at like 8:30 a.m. I think. And so I think sales started from 8, if I'm not mistaken, or 7:30. And essentially by like 1:30 p.m. this was already sold out. And so then I luckily managed to get 2 boxes. One from my teammate Yuki, who sold me one. One of his friends lined up to buy them, and I managed to get one from him. So thank you very much. And the other one got from my friend Joshua. Thank you so much to them as well for lining up and buying the boxes so I could buy them off of them. But basically in day 1 it sold out after like, you know, half the day, because you know the event goes on for the entire day. Day 2, this sold out while we were waiting for round 1 to start, not even an hour into the tournament. Like, they did not have stock for day 2. Like, it was crazy, and a lot of the cards go for pretty nuts prices. And now this was the early release, right? Because of course these have normal releases in card shops, and that's going to be 2 weeks later. But when you tell the player base that they can use these cards in day 2, of course they're going to want them, because there's a lot of good stuff in here, right? Like a lot of decks want this over trigger in them, some decks want this over trigger in them, so it makes sense, right? And now the worst part is that card shops are being told by Bushiroad that people can use cards from Festival Booster before the actual official release, which is also like not exactly great, but it is what it is. But anyway, enough chatting about the complications. I think I spent like 5 minutes just telling you guys about all of this little lore. Let's open up a box of Festival Booster 2023, because there's a lot of good cards. And honestly, I'm not too familiar with the actual pull rate yet. Ooh, there's a questionnaire. It's a survey that you can fill out, which I guess is for Vanguard specifically. So I'll take a look at this a bit later, but you rarely see these. So I guess this is only just for the pre-sale. But in one box, we basically get 10 packs, and one pack includes 3 cards. 2 are common, and the remaining ones are well, the one other card is going to be a foil. So you can see just 10 packs. It's not a big set. That's why we're opening 10, not just 10 packs. We're going to open 2 boxes in today's video. So let's get into it. Let's see what the pull rate is from one box. So of course, on the front, you have the 2 over triggers. And so in general, we have 4 ORRs, so over trigger rares in the set, then 12 triple rares, 16 double rares, and 33 commons, 12 FFRs, most of them are the lyrical girls, then 9 RE plus reprints and 39 RE reprints. So the RE plus, I'm not sure which one's which. I think the 39 ones are the ones that they like revealed separately, and the RE plus ones, are those the triggers? I'm not too sure, but let's find out and see what is the case. There's even some reprints that weren't announced in here, like Yuika. They didn't announce that Yuika would be getting reprinted, and they just did it. So that's also pretty cool. There are some new cards. So the commons are the new cards. So you basically have new triggers for all the nations that are themed after a certain clan. So as you can see, the Dark States ones are themed after Pale Moon here. So you can basically see this one's like a circus, lady. Then we have a critical trigger for Dragon Empire. So this one is themed after, of course, it's kind of like Murukumo, Nubatama, and all right. We start off with a double rare, which is the Willista Order. So Willista is probably the most hyped up deck from this set as well. Being able to do 5 attacks, spin the deck, bounce PGs with Yuika, and just basically do a lot of really, really good stuff. And hit with really big power from like going first turn 3 is also very impressive. So this order is also one of the cards that counts as both of the gems, or I think it's called gems, and then allows you to draw cards, get your Vanguard power, and give your Vanguard the ability to stand your rear guards. So you have like a restand grade 3, and then you also have her that basically restands your other cards as well. So we're gonna basically have a hit in every single pack, which is nice. Opening this set is nice, and the boxes themselves are pretty cheap. They're like 3,000 yen, so it's a lot cheaper than usual in comparison. Then we have this Aqua Force themed draw trigger, and we have a Stoichia heal trigger, which is still Aqua Force themed, I'd say. And oh my god, we actually hit the Yuika reprint. This is the first time I have ever owned the Yuika. That's crazy. So Yuika is a RE plus. So all right, we have a RE plus in this pack, and that's pretty good. So of course, this is a reprint that I'm definitely costs about this. This reprint itself costs like double of a box. Like, it's been going up so much lately because Willista needs her, and so like Yuika went down to like 3,500, 4,000 yen for a while after Lyrical calmed down for a bit. But now lately, with these new ride lines, or not new ride lines, but with the support for the set 1 ride lines and like Willista being really good, everything kind of went up again. So yeah, very happy to get that. All right, we have a Genesis themed Keter Sanctuary draw and a Brandgate draw themed after Link Joker, and we have the reprints. This is a RE reprint of the triggers, so we actually get a foil front trigger for Dragon Empire. So these were reprinted. I just picked up foil fronts for I guess I'll separate them somehow. So we'll put the RE pluses here, we'll put the REs here, and then the new cards on this pile. So we'll do it like that. But definitely cool with them reprinting triggers. I think it's overall very nice. And everything's foil too. So for example, they never made hollow copies of Jewel Core reprint is actually pretty cool. So I actually forgot that this was getting a reprint, because I know that like the ride lines for like Leonore and Youth were getting reprinted, but I forgot about Jeweled, and this is actually like a card that kind of exists outside of just the Jeweled ride line, so definitely very happy about that. And we have a Bermuda Triangle themed lyrical draw trigger. Oh, and we get a Regalis piece, which is the Blitz Order. So this is the anti-over trigger Blitz Order, and of course it's in triple rare foil. So this is just a triple rare basically. So you can only have one of these in a deck. It's a grade 3, and by Soul Blasting 1 you can play it. It's a Blitz Order, so during your opponent's turn, of course. You choose one of your units and give it plus 25k power for that battle. So just Soul Blast 1 for 25k shield is already very good, by the way, for a defensive card. But then on top of that, you can choose your Vanguard for that turn, give it the ability, which is continuous, which basically says all of your opponent's units that have 100 million or more power lose 1 critical. So they actually released a ruling about this today, where it basically says that it's about like the Brandgate over trigger, where it doubles the power and critical. So basically the way that it works is that with the Brandgate over trigger, you have to give the 100 million somewhere first, and then you double everything. So because you, let's say, you know, on a normal field, you give the 100 million to a unit with 1 critical and then you double it, right? So first you have to apply the 100 million and then you double it, but then apparently the Blitz order sees the power being applied and does the minus crit immediately. So you give a unit that has 1 crit plus 100 million, and then this sees that and decreases the critical to 0. And then you double the 0, which means it's still 0. So only Obscudate actually gets around that. So anything else with Brancate OT actually doesn't. So that's a very important ruling for Brancate users. Please keep that in mind, because I know that I honestly, like, I know that you apply the 100 million first, but because you kind of do everything simultaneously, and sometimes people do mess up the order, kind of easy to forget. We have a, I'm gonna go with Nubatama themed heal trigger, and then this feels like more Gold Paladin, but the other trigger felt more like Genesis themed front. Oh, and this is one of the new cards, the Neo Nectar Cycle card. Not Neo Nectar, looks like a Neo Nectar, I'm sorry. It's the KF themed Cycle card, which says Recursive Guardian Circle. If during this turn your opponent's drive check or damage check the trigger, then gets plus 10k power, plus 10k shield, so it works in both ways. And when she attacks, you can mill the top 2 cards of your deck to do the following. You may soul charge 1, or you do soul charge 1, sorry, and then for that turn get plus 5k power, and if the cards you milled were all other than normal units, then instead of getting plus 5k, it gets plus 15k, and then you may banish a overtrigger from your drop zone to choose a unit card from your drop and add it to your hand. It's actually a pretty good card because you get to return, for example, like a PG or a Persona or something from your drop to your hand by that second skill, and otherwise it's really nice in like decks like Zorga, I guess, where you just kind of like want to mill yourself for, you know, getting your orders into the drop for the Magose, the Magussi, everyone's favorite. You can't spell Alchemagic without alcohol or something. That's a one-liner that came up very often. We went drinking after day 1, and then we obviously had a tournament to play day 2, and so everyone was like, oh, it's fine, you can't spell Alchemagic without alcohol. So, ooh, hold up, foil PG. Wait, I thought you always get like 2 triggers in a pack or something, but I guess we get a Nubatama themed draw, and then here we have a reprinted PG in RE rarity for Lyrical in foil. We've never had this before, and okay, we get just a double rare. All right. So this is an RE. So this double rare is, oh, this is powerful support and yeah, Hazarded support. So if you have no soul, she gets plus 10k power, and when she is selected by your Vanguard, whose name is Herminia or Hazardit, you can come one to draw 1. So better than Hazardit, I would say. Herminia doesn't, it's like a mini, kind of like a mini Melty, but I think she's honestly better in Hazardit, because in Herminia you kind of always want to select the drive checker if possible, so that kind of makes for a bit of a complex situation. All right, we have the starter for Leonore reprinted, I guess Gold Paladin. Let's go with Gold Paladin after all. And, ooh, okay. This is the crit reprint for Dark States in foil. These are actually so nice. Like, it's actually really nice opening this set. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Considering that it's like you have so many reprints, this feels like a proper reprint set. It's just a shame that it's like only 3 cards per pack, I guess, but as a result, the packs are cheaper, I guess. We have a Link Joker themed. It's more like Messiah themed, like front trigger. Ooh, the Grade 2 of the Jeweled Ride line, and okay, this is the Dark States generic. So this one, of course, they all share the first effect where they gain plus 10k power or shield if your opponent checks the trigger in any way. And at the end of the battle, this unit was boosted and it attacked. You can soul boss 1 to do the following. You choose one of your opponent's rear guards that is in the same column as this unit. Sorry, you choose one of your rear guards that is in the same column as this unit, and you add it back to your hand. So I guess you can bounce. Also, this is a Lyrical, not a Dark States, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's also a Ghost. So, oh yeah, right, I think this is the first generic that they revealed too. And then the like banish OT effect is to choose from your hand a unit card that is equal to or lower grade than your Vanguard and call it to rear. So basically it's a multi-attacker. It's basically Felty support, I would say, so pretty cool. We're getting some like a good bit of like new cards so far. Only 1 reprint thus far, and I think the Regulus piece probably is like, we're not going to get an OT anymore from this box. So we have like a Pale Moon themed Dark States front, and then a foil Clapping Dragon. Okay, didn't know that this was getting reprinted. And another new card. Okay, this is pretty fun to open. So this is when placed by your card's ability on rear, if you have a Kyoka or Lutetia Grade 3 Raider Vanguard, soul charge 1, and for that turn get plus 5k. I guess the soul charge is nice for Kyoka. Lutetia, I guess, as well. I haven't already played Lutetia too much. I really need to do that on Dear Days, so. Alright, So we got one RE plus. Does that mean, do we get a second one or is it just one? I mean, the Kyoka literally pays for the box in double, so I'm not complaining. All right, we have two commons. We have the not Lutitia, the Leonorn, Wildline, and finally we have a RE. It does look like a, no, it's just a regular RE. Or let's see it. Oh man, this is one of the sad ones. It's the bad countercharger for Brankgate. It's the Kaiju, I think. So that's the first box. Let's take a look at what new and old cards we got. So I'm not gonna go through the commons and stuff, but basically got one Regulus piece, so either get a Regulus piece or an OT, and then the Stoicheia card, and then all the other new cards were all lyrical, which makes sense. And then for reprints, got two of like the kind of normal units, one PG and then two triggers, and then the Yuika. The Yuika is pretty crazy. Like, honestly, that's a very special reprint that they picked, so definitely quite nice. But I got this from my friends who like bought 3 boxes each and didn't hit any FFR, so I was like, maybe I'll hit one, because you can also potentially get an FFR too. So all right, that was the first box. Now let's take a look at the second one. Definitely taking my time with this one. I think even though there's so few packs, I feel like there's a lot to talk about, just because like the reprints are pretty good. The reprints are pretty good, and you get a lot more than expected. I honestly expected to get a lot less reprints. Now, luckily for me, I don't play in lyrical decks, really. I own Clarissa in Japanese, but I don't actually like really like build lyrical decks. So for me, I'm pretty happy not getting lyrical stuff and just like focusing on the reprints and stuff. But anyway, let's get into it and open up another pack. Hopefully hitting an OT this time. I really do want to collect the OTs. Ooh, all right, we got Youth, grade 2 here. Then the crit for Dragon Empire. And this is a grade 2 double rare. When she attacks the Vanguard, if you persona ridden this turn, can almost 1. Choose 2 of your other rearguards, bounce into hand. After that, will gain plus 10k power. Is this Kairi support? I guess, maybe. I'm not really sure what she's supposed to be supporting, but seems pretty generic, so I'm not complaining either. All right, let's keep it going. We have the heal we saw before. Oh, this is an Aquaforce themed front first. Okay, I really like the Aquaforce themed ones. They just look so cool. Oh, and right, the reprint. Oh, this is an RE plus as well. Oh man, considering like you can either get Yuika or something like this, so we get Petralka. So she is the Highlander boss card. This actually topped in WGP yesterday. My friend actually managed to get it to top 8, I think, with her, so pretty insane. And this is the first time she's in foil. She was a monthly Bouchard promo, so monthly Bouchard promos are part of that RE plus section, I suppose. So you can also get like Halb and stuff like the Flagberg one as well. So it's the first time we get them in foil in Japan. I know that in English you guys have it a foil already from the, you know, sneak peeks. Oh, we get a foil draw. Again, these were never available in foil before, so I think I'll try to pick up some foils for the Brankgate stuff, just because I want to foil out my triggers a little bit. You know, I already always had foil crits for the normal crits, but now that the effect crits are also going to be available in foil, that's going to be super exciting. But ooh, we get another one. This is the foil front. This one has been available in foil, so don't really want it as much. The front, you know, they've always been foil, I guess, so it does feel special, I guess. But really cool reprints, honestly. Super sick. All right, we've seen this crit before too. Oh, grade 1 youth and a triple rare. Oh, this time it's the Dark Stage generic. This one looks really sick. So his unique effect is at the end of battle that he was not boosted and attacked the Vanguard, you can choose one of your other rearguards in the same column as this unit and put it to Soul to choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it, and he gets plus 5k power, and then banish an OT from your drop. Then for that battle, your opponent cannot guard with anything that is grade 1 or greater from hand. So that's a pretty cool guard restrict that you can use. So overall pretty nice, really cool art. Not sure if it'll be used too much, but the art is really sick, so definitely like that. Would like to hit the Brankgate one. The Brankgate one seems pretty okay. Being able to boost as a grade 3 is always quite nice in a lot of the Brankgate decks. So, oh, that's just a normal reprint. Oh my god, Irene, or Eileen, I think she's in English. That's really nice. What the hell? That's pretty good, not gonna lie. Eileen reprinted is very, very nice. We have a double rare. It's another lyrical card. So what does this one do? She has friends. She says, yeah, she has a friend keyword, and at the end of the battle that she boosted, when she boosted, if you have a Fortia or Medial grade 3 greater Vanguard, you can choose one of your other friends and give it plus 5k. Okay, so basically just a power distributor for free though, so definitely not bad. All right, still have a few packs. We haven't pulled the Regulus piece or OT yet, so I'd like to see one. Oh, we have the new heal for Brankgate. It's a shame these are all like... Oh, wait, this looks familiar. I feel like this artist drew something that I should recognize in Vanguard before, but I don't. Is it the Alk artist? Maybe. The Jewel Grade 2 is Jewel Neil. I'd like to get Jewel Core more copies of. We have a reprint. Oh, nice. It's a foil copy of the Dragon Empire PG. I actually want the Brancate ones in foil, because it's kind of nice that, you know, it's like we don't have to deal with FRs again. Imagine all of these were FR instead of foil. I'd be a little bit sad. So I'm honestly glad that they're just like foil and stuff. So pretty nice. Alright, we have the Genesis looking draw trigger. Oh, it's a starter. Draco Kid. Juerius. And oh, we hit one of the new triple rares for the ride lines. It is Feltirosa. So she goes for about half the price of a box right now. Like, it's pretty crazy. It's just because it's like pre-sale. These aren't officially out yet and the stock is so limited that the prices are pretty high, but give it 2 weeks when the set releases, it's all gonna tank. Like, it's not gonna last. Because I think everyone wants to honestly open more of this set. Like, it's honestly pretty exciting. I'm probably gonna just single out the rest of it myself, because the pull rates are, as you can see, pretty all over the place. But so they all have like the dress up mechanic where they are treated as the same name as the originals. And then basically during your turn, continues, she says, if you have a Feltirosa in your soul that is a grade 3, all of your front row ghosts get plus 10k powers. That's really good considering you multi-attack. And then once per turn, you can CB1 to gain the following ability twice. So once per turn, when you drive check a ghost normal unit or a Feltirosa grade 3, you can call that card to an empty rearguard circle, and if you did for that battle, she gains an extra drive. So, you know, basically she's the same as the old one, but also gets the extra power. So definitely very nice card to get. So we have 2 more packs left. I'm praying for one of these OTs, especially this one. I really want the red one. I feel like it's good in a lot of things. The blue one's really good too. Being able to recycle things from your drop is like super amazing. So we have a starter. We have the heal we saw before, and Lyrical Monasterio Fuzzy Choco. Is it the Willista? Yes, it is the Willista order. I'm pretty happy about this, honestly. Like, Willista, you know, as some of you viewers may know, is probably the lyrical deck I want to build the most. So, honestly, might keep this and see how much the Yuika drops to after the set is officially out. You know, I feel like with these pull rates, maybe, depends how many you get in the case. Maybe they'll calm down a little bit. All right, the final pack. We'll see if we get an OT or not, or if it's going to be another Regulus piece. I'll be pretty happy no matter what, to be honest, because I want a lot of them in as many copies as possible. Damn! This Brancate crit looks sick. This is the first time I really get to appreciate the artwork, but damn, that looks really dope. Okay, this I wish was foil. I wish this was foil, but alright, final card. I personally want it to be an OT a bit more than Regulus piece, but let's find out. 3, 2, 1, hop! Okay, we get the second Regulus piece, so this one, fortunately, no OTs in this one, but this is, again, you can only play 1 Regulus piece per deck, and it's a grade 3, which says you can search your deck or drop for 2 different named, either grade 3s or grade 4 unit cards, up to 2, reveal them. The revealed grade 3s get called to rear, and the revealed grade 4s get added to hand, and if you search your deck, you shuffle your deck. So you can also search just 1 as well, it says in the reminder text. So this is our 1 per box, either Regulus piece or OT, but basically with this card in grade 4 decks, you can basically search out, like, let's say Seraph Pure Light and then a grade 3, like the new grade 3 that Prison just got. And then, for example, in grade 3 only decks, you can search out, for example, for, let's say, a Inlet Pulse, as well as the back row attacker for Flagberg, or equivalently, I feel like Maelstrom also has 2 grade 3 targets like that too. In Premium, this is also relatively nice, because you can search out something like, let's say, Dizoris plus a Die Arm in Dimension Police. So honestly, pretty cool card, and it being grade 3 is also quite nice, and of course it has the triple rare foiling. So this is the kind of like the cool high rarity pulls from this box. So we managed to get both copies of the Regulus pieces, so I'm pretty happy about that. I feel like you can't really go wrong with them right now, so I'm definitely quite pleased. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, an early look at Festival Booster. I keep saying collection. It was pretty exciting to open, especially seeing that Yuika in the first box was pretty unbelievable. And even here as well, like the pulls are really good, like the reprints are super nice. It looks like, generally speaking, you get 1 RE plus, you get 1, as I said, Regulus piece or OT, 4 REs, and then 5 of the new cards. So definitely gonna have to open quite a few boxes if you want to collect the full set, but otherwise I would definitely single it out and then kind of see, especially in English, you guys don't have any like pre-sale, it'll all be just like a normal release, so just see what the prices are. But anyway, that is going to be it for today's video. Look forward to lots of Dive content coming up throughout the week. I'm going to try to get through everything and edit it quickly, because now the mental block of editing DifferentFight content is gone. I realized while editing the last year's vlog is that actually it's not that hard to edit these things. So I actually recorded quite a lot, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and like this video if you haven't as well. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that kind of stuff, link in the description below. But otherwise, that's gonna be it for me today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.